So the stream's about to kick off here in a couple minutes. You know, I'm hoping this game delivers, because it really, like, we haven't, in my opinion, had an amazing Star Wars game in so long. I think the last Star Wars game that I was just over the moon excited for was the first, well, I guess was their first Battlefront game for them, but they just fell flat on their faces with all the monetization and the patch cycle and all of that. Then Battlefront 2 was even worse. They clearly rushed that to market just to try to capitalize on it as much as they could. EA has really dropped the ball with the Star Wars license, so in my opinion, this is really like a make or break game for them. You know, I really miss the 90s era Star Wars games, because they had great story, they had a lot of fun multiplayer components to them. I mean, Jedi Outcast, when that game came out, I spent so many hours in the MSN gaming zone, you know, with my clanmates, organizing lightsaber duels. It was so amazing. I used to do that a lot with XVT, X-Men vs. TIE Fighter, for the uninitiated. They were just so much better. I really hope they deliver on this. You know, they canceled that other project that they had. I think Respawn was doing it. Now Respawn's doing this. All right, here we go.
This is EA Play.
Now the soy is already very strong. Don't care. Just don't care about soccer. Let's move this along. Get this man a soy latte stat. I mean, I guess as far as intros go, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, I want Star Wars games to return to the design ethos of the 90s, when the story mattered. You could go places and do things that weren't just fitting this very tight narrative that the movies were providing. I kind of feel like Disney is really directing this a little bit more than I would like them to, but, you know, that could just be me. I don't know. I miss the days of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter and Jedi Academy, the Jedi Knight games. I really want them to go back to that. Now, I will say, this game, at least on the surface, does look like it could be a modern reimagining or a Disney's take on the Jedi Knight idea. So it could be good. I'm very optimistic about this. But again, like I said in my previews video, it is still a game being made by EA. We don't know what sort of monetization is going to be in this game, what kind of games as a service crap is going to be in here. So we still have to be very careful here. This isn't something I'm going to go out of my way to pre-order, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to cover the entire conference, just because FIFA and Madden and The Sims, those are games I just don't care about. Even Apex and Battlefield, I don't really care about those games. I love how they have that sign back there for Anthem, and there's nothing there for Anthem. Like, is that going to be what they talk about at the end? Is that their surprise? Guys, we're going to trash Anthem, and we're going to start all over again. Please just give us another 6 years and we'll make another game. Anthem. Man, what a shit show that was. What an absolute shit show. There's a reason why it's memed on so much, and it had so much potential. It really did. It looked great. I mean, the graphics in that game are stunning. There's the barest ideas of an interesting gameplay loop there, as far as, you know, a looter shooter goes, but man, did they drop the ball. You know, BioWare, they have not made anything great since the first Dragon Age game, in my opinion. I don't even know where Mass Effect 2 falls in that timeline, but those were the last two games from BioWare that I cared about. Mass Effect 3, I did play it, I did beat it, but it was just that game felt so rushed. It was a good story, but it just felt very rushed to me. Yeah, it just didn't live up to my expectations, especially the ending. Obviously, everyone hated the ending. I was one of those people. I thought the ending was trash. But that being said, I loved Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 1 is still my favorite of those games. It really had such a great, like, Star Trek idea at play, and I really felt like they could have taken that to more places, especially with what we have now. And they put out Andromeda, and, like, man, I saw gameplay of that. I saw people playing it, and it was one of those, like, moments where you felt completely justified not buying a game. Like, where you're like, I knew it. I fucking knew it. And that's exactly what that was. That was an I knew it moment. The same goes for Anthem. You know, it's another game that I didn't buy, didn't pre-order, didn't touch, because I knew it was going to be just, you know, one of these games. You know, EA, you can't trust them. They put on a good show. Look at that poster. Oh yeah, this looks great. Oh, we saw the trailer. It looks great, but you can't trust them. That being said, I'm still excited for it. Still looking forward to see what they do. It's Star Wars, and it's like every time a Star Wars product comes out, there's still a little part of me that's like, please be good. Please, just please, you guys can do it. I know you can do it. I believe in this property. It still has a chance. But then they totally screw it up. I mean, they said stay hydrated. So, it's a good idea. Guys, I'm telling you, carbonated water is the way to go. Man, where's this taking place at? A lot of people are wearing pants. Is it pants weather where they are? I mean, I see palm trees. This looks like it's in California, or at least some coastal city. All I know is up here in Pennsylvania is definitely shorts weather. That could be because Pennsylvania is a muggy swamp. Now, look at that guy. Look at those people in the middle there passing out bags. They should probably contact Bethesda. Looks like they can make bags and pass them out pretty quickly. And I guess we should count ourselves lucky that we haven't seen Jeff Keighley yet. So, there's that. Give it time, though. Give it time.
Look, exclusive gameplay. So get ready.
Yes.
EA
Gameplay.
starts.
Let's go. Yes. Alright, here we go.
What's up, EA Play? How are you, Los Angeles? Come on, Hollywood. That's what I like to hear. What's up, my fellow Jedi? I'm Greg Miller. Goodness, give me the hug, Vince. Let's get it going. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
awkward, dude.
Please keep it going. They're making a Star Wars game.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, welcome to EA Play.
Thank you.
One of the biggest, if not the biggest, games of your lives.
I'm gonna let Stig answer this one.
You're supposed to answer this.
Oh, man. These are some real knee slappers.
Oh yeah, we're totally off script.
Come to life and be able to show you guys 15 minutes of gameplay today.
Cool. Alright. I hope it's not super doctored.
At post Order 66, after the events in Episode 3, when all the Jedi were hunted down. Well, not all. When the Jedi were hunted down and eliminated.
So, Stig,
Okay.
that's the nutshell of
I like the
entire
setting
game.
already.
What are we about to see?
It takes place on Kashyyyk, which
Okay.
is the Wookiee planet.
Of course.
And Cal's on a mission to restart the Jedi Order, and it takes him here to Kashyyyk. And the Wookiees have been enslaved by the Empire, who's basically siphoning the planet for all its resources to build up the Imperial war machine.
Got it.
Darn.
All right, so I brought
Just
up
like
my phone.
recycling the script from Force Unleashed already.
Let's go!
Xbox? Who has one of those? Someone press A. Thank you. The most manly of footage. Another cutesy droid.
Jedi, over here.
They literally just grabbed Titanfall's running and put it in this game.
We have to stop them. That's the plan. We don't know their end game, but if they spread themselves too thin, this map we recovered proves it.
Little tie-in for Rogue One here. Man, why do the colors look so washed out? And I hope those aren't motion controls. Cool. Okay, so there's a Max Payne mechanic. That was pretty good. Ooh. So what, there's no limbs flying? Like, he literally cut him in half. He should be half a person right now. What? Kind of wish they'd show maybe some of the button prompts or something. Is this like Arkham style combat? God, Doesn't... I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Is he, though? I wonder if that meter down there is your, like, lightsaber strength? No, it's probably his health. So are you only using a lightsaber this whole game? Huh, so with the slowdown mechanic, is he slowing down the enemy, or is he moving fast? Because it seems like he's only slowing down the thing that he's targeting.
Patrol the base. Got another breach down here. Some kind of webbing. Hey, who's that?
Okay. Yeah, it looks like he's just slowing down the thing that you target that with. That's interesting.
I just heard from the captain. They're coming. Oh, this is it. At least we have the high ground.
Did you get it, guys? Because it's a thing they've said in Star Wars before. That was pretty cool. So, like, I feel like the inspiration for that's probably Kylo Ren, right? Yeah, okay, so that's his health bar down there. Not sure how I feel about the time freeze mechanic. I love how, like, that slash has clearly gone all the way through him, and he is still a whole person. K2SO. Nope. Definitely doesn't look ready. Does not look ready.
What do we think, EA Play?
I think it doesn't look ready.
That's what I wanted, the little boy.
I think your employees there are a little too excited.
Yeah, and this is just a small portion of the game, by the way. So there's a lot more that we haven't shown.
You're saying that
but
isn't the entire game?
that is not.
That's wow.
No,
I'm surprised.
no.
But we got our classic stormtroopers. We've got.
There's about 4 hours of gameplay left, guys.
We also
You have to buy it on the
troopers whose task is
microtransaction store.
basically hunt.
Well, then talk about the other star of this 15-minute demo, right?
Yeah, another cutesy droid.
Here he is right there.
No BD1.
BD1's in the audience, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, BD1.
We need less cutesy
he's
droids
adorable,
and
for
more
sure,
like
I
HK-47.
immediately want him as- I saw him shooting out health packs. Is
Yep.
that a canned animation after a fight? Is it a button I'm hitting?
It's player input.
Okay.
Whenever
Is there,
they
like, a
want.
cooldown on it?
Whenever they want, B will eject a stim pack.
Okay.
There's a limited amount that you
Okay.
can find more over the course of the game, and you're actually in that moment. You're defenseless, so you got to choose wisely when you're going to do it.
On in the
So that's a little Dark
Like, obviously,
Souls-esque.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be way weaker as a Jedi. You know, just tell me the whole story. What A to B, Stig? How's it go? What's the ending?
Well, the
Actually, you know what? Stop. Full stop. I can't believe I've gone this long in the panel without asking. Is Watto in this game?
I can't say.
But that's not a no. Hashtag Watto 2019. I'll be retweeting them all after this panel. Thank you very much.
Oh,
The story. This is Star Wars canon, right? You said-
Totally canon.
Okay.
Totally legit.
Okay.
This is a real. Cal's a real character.
they said the same thing about Force Unleashed.
Barrera in there. He's you know,
Give it 30
obviously
years when another company
Star Wars
buys the
universe,
property and says this isn't canon
Jared
anymore.
Mentor.
Yeah. Putting this thing, no one's gonna laugh. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Miller. Thanks everybody for watching. We got more EA Play for you now.
The soy is so strong, Greg. It's so strong. Yeah, I mean, it basically confirms that it looks like they're trying to do a Jedi Knight style game. I kind of wish, though, that they would have maybe a little bit more to do than just, throwing your lightsaber around and using a couple Force abilities. But again, it's just, an E3 demo. I'm sure there's going to be a heck of a lot more in it, but it still doesn't quite scratch that itch. They didn't give us any information on pricing, microtransactions, none of that stuff. Because we know it's going to be in there. So that was my reaction video, guys. I guess just some final thoughts here. I am pretty excited about the prospect of it being a return to form for the series in terms of it being more like a Jedi Knight style game. That's what I'm hoping for this. But I'm also fearful that this is going to be a very short, like 5 to 6 hour campaign with a whole bunch of microtransaction garbage tacked on at the end. What they showed was cool. I mean, I can definitely see some of the mechanics that they're trying to go for in terms of more, I guess, what's more pleasing to modern gamers. There's a little bit of Dark Souls in there. Of course, they've got some Titanfall mechanics taken from their other game, which I don't blame them for. It definitely doesn't look finished. It looks like they still have a long way to go in terms of making the aesthetics pop, because those colors were really washed out. Everything looked like it was being rendered on like an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3, or if anything, at least just first generation PS4 or Xbox One technology. So it definitely still looks undercooked. I'm hoping that, you know, they're putting this out in November, I believe is what they said. So you've got some time, but man, it still looks a little rough. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot to combat either. So my first impressions are that this is going to be kind of like a ho-hum experience. But again, this is all going off of an E3 presentation, so we really don't know. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.